This presentation is for academic purposes only, prepared and presented by Zubair Ijaz and Nazrullah Beg. The presentation is prepared on a research paper with the topic of ransomware, emergence, comparison, and prevention. You can find the presentation and paper link in the description below. Now let's come to the abstract. The world has shifted into a digital phase where even the small commercial stores have sales management software systems. With the advancement in technology came the trail of crackers like ants in a line. These crackers have found a way, called ransomware, to please themselves. Ransomware is a type of malware that encrypts the system files or locks the system in order to take ransom from the user. Recent attacks have clearly shown the scope and power of ransomware. There are different families of ransomware. Ransomware attacks in the technical world are like bees in a hive. Mostly, these attacks are caused due to emails or websites containing malicious programs or documents, and there are a lot of them on the internet. One single click can turn the life of a technical user into a digital hell by restricting access to only one page demanding for ransom. This page discusses the different working phases of ransomware, details the history and origins of ransomware, compares the different families of ransomware, and suggests the precautions to detect and prevent the ransomware attacks. Let's come to the introduction and definition of ransomware. Ransomware is a type of malware that encrypts the system files or locks the system in order to demand ransom from the user. There are two major types of ransomware. First one is called crypto ransomware or encrypted ransomware, which encrypts the files and data for leverage. The other one is locky ransomware. The locky ransomware mostly takes control of the computer, locks it entirely, and denies access to its victims. Next up, we discuss how ransomwares work. In most of the ransomwares, there are three major phases. These phases can be sequential or come together. First one is seeking for a potential target. Second is extortion. This is depriving the user from accessing data or personal information by the encryption or locking of computer. Third is claim for a ransom. This is the goal of a ransomware, making money. Unlike viruses, which always try to avoid detection, a ransomware needs to claim responsibility for its act. It is to make the effort count. Now we are going to explain the history of ransomware. The history of ransomware begins with first such attack, AIDS Trojan, in 1989. It was spread through floppy disk. AIDS Trojan had such a critical design flaw that it failed to hide the decryption key from the victim. Later in 1992, the concept of exploiting cache handling systems emerged. In 1996, Young and Young presented the idea of using public key cryptography. Most of the ransomwares today are based on this idea. And in 2005, the first modern ransomware, GP code, appeared. GP code used a weak custom symmetric encryption technique. It was spread via spam email attachment claiming to be a job application. In 2013, CryptoLocker was released by a hacker named Slavic. It used public key cryptography for encryption and decryption of victims' files. It was distributed via an email that appeared to be delivered from FedEx. 3 years later, in 2016, Petya emerged, which overwrites the master boot record of the infected computer to make the whole hard disk inaccessible until the ransom is paid. It was successful because without the MBR, the operating system cannot reconstruct the unencrypted files. On 12 May 2017, a worldwide ransomware attack, WannaCry, emerged and affected more than 230,000 computers in over 150 countries within a single day, demanding a ransom of $300 to $600 via Bitcoin. It used an exploit of Windows Server Message Block Protocol. It propagates using Eternal Blue. It encrypts the data file and then displays the ransom note demanding the payment in Bitcoins. Most importantly, many great organizations were hit and forced to pay, like England's National Health Service. GoldenEye used a similar Eternal Blue exploit to scan potential loopholes in the Windows Server Message Block Protocol in order to spread the infection through file-sharing networks during the NHS attacks. In Ukraine, the National Bank State Power Company and Kiev's largest airport were under attack by the GoldenEye ransomware on June 27, 2017. Next, the ransomware tube map by Obscure, which was published in 2017. Here you can see it starts from 2012 And you can see CryptoLocker comes in mid 2013. And here is Petya in March of 2016. And there are many other ransomware attacks. As you can see, they're like bees in a hive. Next up, we are going to look at the comparison. There are a lot of classes of ransomware which uses different techniques to achieve the same goal. First, let's look at WannaCry. WannaCry is one of the most powerful ransomware attacks which exploited the operating system vulnerability. WannaCry shows the importance of keeping the software updated. The next one, CryptoLocker ransomware attack is based on public key cryptography as it generates the 2048-bit RSA key pair and adds it to the registry. The same key is used to encrypt the files. Let's see Petya. Petya encrypts entire computer systems unlike some other ransomwares as it locks the entire computer system. So different classes of ransomware use different techniques to achieve the same goal. All of these find a vulnerability in either the user or the system. As you can see, this is the screen of the WannaCry after the computer is encrypted. And this is the screen of CryptoLocker, and then comes the Petya. Let's come to the precautionary measures, what users can do to save themselves from the attacks of ransomwares. First you can disable the macros which are automated scripts in the Word files or Excel sheets. Don't click on any suspicious links. As you can see in the right side, the download buttons, when you visit some websites, they contain viruses that can lead to ransomware. Keep your system up to date. WannaCry shows the importance of that. Restrict file permissions, backup your data regularly. Keep the Windows firewall turned on. Disable the remote access services. Never open suspicious files in email containing extensions like .bat, .exe, or .sh, which are shell files. Limit the file sharing. Refrain from using public Wi-Fi or Bluetooth networks. Do not visit unsafe and unreliable websites. Conclusion is that when a ransomware attack is active, it is nearly impossible to roll back unless you have the backup of your data. And there should be awareness among people about ransomware because this is a modern technique and every company is using computers. You can follow the precautions as discussed above, and new techniques are being developed like detecting the ransomware and preventing it beforehand. Thank you.